Going on, guys? This is Nick with the Carpet Garage. Today, I just wanted to kind of do more of a blog about a couple topics. One is, as we're getting closer to the 2024 season, the Camaro coming to the end. Just want to kind of give you guys a heads up if you're looking for a Camaro ZL1 1OE. You definitely, if you go to the GM website, Chevy.com, and try to build your own, you can't build one. I know people have already I kind of put that information out there. I think I've been on part of forums too. I kind of indicated to you as well. So it'll let you get close to Camaro ZL1, but you can't get the ZL1 1OE performance package option for $7,500. The only thing you can get that I see is you can get the wheels, the carbon fibers wing, and I believe the suspension. So you don't get the red brake calipers, you don't get the front face shield, dive planes, etc., canards. So that's left off. Again, it's been a debate if you can actually even order one. Some people say this 1OE is not an option, but that performance package, if you go between 2023 and 2024, you'll see it on 2023, but you won't see it on 2024. So I'll kind of give you a heads up on that. If you're interested in looking for one, I think most people, and I probably suggest you, if you can find one, lucky enough to find one other than, of course, use, is find one that's already a 2023 that's in transit to a dealership, and maybe somebody that's hasn't been spoken for, and they don't have any ADMs on there as well. So just want to kind of give you that news. The second topic for today is, every time I drive the 1OE, if I go to car shows, if I go to any kind of event, cruising, etc., if I get stopped, the main question people ask me is it a real 1OE, ZL1 1OE? I don't know if it's maybe because of rarity or the fact that people put a lot of parts, 1OE parts on the ZL1s, that's the first thing that people ask me. So today, I kind of wanted to go over what makes the 1OE special, and what separates it from a ZL1, and also probably the first thing, it is a package, so it's not necessarily its own trim. So a lot of people would think that the 1OE is like its own model, but it's not. Again, it's special, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not, but it's kind of like for example, the C7Z06 is kind of like the Z07. It's the track package part of the Z, is still a Z06. It's not like a Z06 ZR1 Grand Sport, it's not that. It's part of the Z06 package. Well, the 1OE is part of the ZL1 package, so it's still technically a ZL1. It's just that it has some extra performance bits. That's really cool. I think long term it's going to come out, I think, better. That's why I purchased it, because looks, and I think I did a video about that. Performance second. So I think long for anybody who's into collecting or keeping these cars and enjoying for what they are, I think the 1OE ZL1 and maybe even 1OE SS will have more value than a convertible or coupe. Same thing, I think the Z06 the Z07 package will have more value than a regular Z06. So that's kind of my opinion. I could be wrong. As far as I know, a convertible could be worth more than all of them, but I just feel like for enthusiasts, the most radical of what they offer will be the most valuable. So I'll go ahead and get into some of the things people have changed. This is just my opinion. But these are the things to look for, just to kind of make sure that if you're buying one and somebody's presenting it to it, that it's the real deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's more informative, and then we'll get to it. Probably say, as a buyer, the easiest things you guys can do if you're looking for a 1OE, just make sure to ask the seller if they have the purchase order or the sales sheet, and they'll have all the options on the vehicle, and on there it has the 1OE performance package. So that's how you know, and it checks the VIN to make sure the VIN matches the car. So that's how you know as well. So that's the easiest thing that you probably can do, is get all the paperwork that person has on the vehicle. So you'll know for sure starting off if this is a real car or not. Make sure the VIN matches up with the VIN on the car, and the way you can check the VIN is go in the door jamb on the driver's side, or run underneath the windshield, kind of close to where the steering wheel is, a little bit from the steering wheel. You can check there too. So that's the first thing. So for all the wild aero pieces, the sticky tires and radical suspension components, the ZL1 and 1LE is perhaps the most surprising how much it shares with the ZL1. So you have to be kind of careful with it. What you have grill, again, is what people don't understand, that Chevrolet took the aero team, sent the 1LE to the F1 and tunnel to shape the front rear wing and develop the front end splitter and dive plane. So they took a lot of time doing that. That actually saves 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles per hour. The wing looks amazing. Also, you have to check to make sure that the basically, you just want to make sure that you check the wing again, to make sure it's real. Sometimes they do have fakes as well. Again, real important about the wing too. You can see it's carbon fiber, so that's important as well. And the brakes and the wheels, you want to make sure the wheels are 19s instead of 20s on the ZL1. I don't see a lot of people duplicating, but just keep in mind that saves 3.5 pounds off each corner. Also, the brakes are the actual same, except it has the red color calipers and the 1LE attached to it. You touch on something that's pretty obvious. So you have your dot planes. GM material is a little bit different. So of course the aftermarket, it has carbon fiber, but these materials are a little bit different for GM. Then of course you have your canards that stick out, and your front spoiler's a lot longer than what a regular ZL1. Again, you can get a lot of these facials aftermarket. You also notice that the grill for air and openings are a lot more air to come in. So that's one you can tell. Again, some of these things you can just replace the whole front end. So what do you notice big on this? Of course, the hood is wrapped or partially wrapped. Of course, you can do that too aftermarket as well, but that's one to kind of tell from between the ZL1 and the one with a 1LE. I believe the ZL1s, if you correct me if I'm wrong, I think the ones without the track package or without the 1LE package, you can also get those wrapped if you want to, but that's one way to tell as well. Of course, you're in the carbon fiber insert for the hood. What people notice too, I think is the hardest one is, of course, one of these come with the brake calipers painted red. The brakes are identical to the ZL1, so that's not too much of a difference, but they do have the brake calipers painted red, and it also has the 1LE on there as well. So that's how you can tell too. Brakes again are the same. If you go here, the mirrors are painted black. That's one we could tell too. Of course, this can get aftermarket too, but if you know, it has the X on the side. I say it's for the extreme package or trap or weapon X package, I should say, for the 1LE carbon fiber. Another thing you notice that the top part here is carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber. This is not. It's just painted black. So if this is all carbon fiber, if this is all carbon fiber, then you know it's not the original wing that came on the car. So everything else is pretty much the same. The wheels are 19s instead of 20s. So you can kind of tell that's a difference as well. So you have that, it's a difference too. And the rear window, it's not like you can't really tell, but the rear window is a lot thinner on the 1LE than it is for the ZL1 without the 1LE package. So that's another way to tell too. So have thinner windows. The biggest thing, of course, in certain years, I think 2018, 2019, they only came in manuals. So if you have a ZL1 that looks like a 1LE, that's 18 or 19, that's automatic, then you know it's not a 1LE. With a stick shift. And then after that, I think 2020, they came with automatic. So if you see one that's automatic in 18, 19, then it's not a 1LE. The last obvious thing is if you have them pop the hood, check the suspension. So you have the same LT4 motor, making 650 horsepower, 600 pounds torque. However, check the suspension. It only offers blue. That's how you can tell. Again, it's a clever mechanism by which the front camber geometry can be changed. The ball jointed top mounts for the front struts can be adjusted to increase a negative camber. This is one striking difference between a ZL1 or a 10E. Also, just want to let you know too that usually what happens on this one is called spoon valve dampers. The 1E offers that. And a little tidbit too is the 1E is 23 pounds lighter than the 2014-2015 Z28 that has a steel body spoon valve dampers. So just kind of let you know that too. And also the 1E in the suspension gets aluminum puds, I should say, instead of traditional bushings, insulating the car subframe like the ZL1. So that's a little bit different. The springs are 3 times stiffer than the 10E. So just be aware that the suspension is going to be, as you know, a little bit stiffer, and the ride's going to be a little bit harsh. It does have black painted mirrors as well, which is pretty cool. I haven't had any issues with that or getting any chips. On the wing, what I learned about it too, I think is really cool. That's why it says GM know what they're doing versus just aftermarket. The wing again is sent to Formula 1 wind tunnel to get shaped. It's developed the front end, the splitter, and also down planes to save 300 pounds of downforce, 150 miles per hour. The wing looks absolutely amazing. Again, Jim spent a lot of money to perfect that wing to make sure that it's functional. So it definitely adds to the vehicle as well. So I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up, just in case you want to do it. All this stuff adds up to 1LE being 60 pounds lighter than the ZL1. The rear glass I kind of showed earlier is 1.2 millimeters thinner. And also you have a fixed rear seat as well. So those are things you can check too. I know it's hard on the rear window, so it's almost impossible to find out. The widest tire, then this Camaro has the widest tires ever produced from the factory. I have PS4s on there. It comes with actually Michelin Eagle 1 F1's supercar tires, 3R tires, so that's factory. So definitely that's a difference too. The wheels are 19s on the 10E versus 20 on ZL1, and it's about 3.3 pounds lighter each wheel, so it's around 13 pounds total for the car. So definitely a weight savings as well. Again, you know, it's we touched base on the motor. I just kind of showed you a little bit about, you know, how clean the car is. I try to keep care of it. Pretty much everything. I do have a aftermarket supercharger lid to increase the boost, and I also have a Mamba throttle body and also a AFE. A Rotofab air intake. So again, just want to kind of show you the highlights of the vehicle, how the openings on the front bumper is different than the ZL1. It kind of forces more air into the vehicle, and it keeps the car cool. So definitely, I kind of compared it to my ZL6. My ZL6 in a high temperature overheated, while the ZL1 had no problem. So whatever it is the C706 issue had, it was fixed on a ZL1 10E. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you had any questions, let me know, and we're going to go ahead and continue with some of the visual on the vehicle. So I didn't want to leave out the interior. Basically, the interior is pretty much the same and offers the same thing as the ZL1. It has all the amenities: heated steering wheel, heated cool seats, and wireless phone charger. So kind of interesting for a track conquering interior. It's pretty much the same as a ZL1, unlike the Z28 with the AC deleted and the radio deleted. So that's one of the good things about the ZL1 10E is that you're not missing anything, any luxuries or anything else. You get everything else and still kick butt on a track. All right, guys, there you go. So I hope the video was informative and helpful. So definitely get out there, find you a ZL1 10E, and definitely enjoy the car. As a beast. Definitely check out my other videos if you want to hear more of the sound of the supercharger whine and driving impressions, and if the ride's too rough. Again, I appreciate you guys, and again, see you at the next video. Take care.